Really terrible shooting took place yesterday. Deranged motherfucker went into a few different massage parlors, shot the places up. 8 women have been shot. 6 of them are Asian, as pointed out prominently by Twitter, because, they want to stoke the race war as effectively as they possibly can. And there are some really, really hot takes coming off of this. And first and foremost, the headline and what's been basically pinned to the What's Happening tab on Twitter has been all around the fact that it's Asian. Okay, 6 of the 8 women, so I guess the white and the Hispanic that was shot and killed, they don't matter. It's just the 6 Asians, because they want to tell you that Asian American hate crime is totally on the rise, which it completely is. They just don't want to tell you predominantly who is causing that violence, and it only comes from one demographic of people, but that is not the point. We've mentioned it before, and because this dude was white as snow, and he has some other fucking terrible takes as to why he did that as well. But first, we got to get to what the lamestream media is going to be telling you about this. Like it says, 8 people, including 6 Asian women, were killed in shootings at 3 different businesses in Atlanta and Ackworth, Georgia on Tuesday, according to local police. A male suspect was arrested and charged with several counts of murder on Wednesday. That's already outdated, but why would you bother updating any of your headlines? It is Twitter after all, and they just want to give you the basic bitch take on everything. At a press conference in Atlanta on Wednesday. Oh, but they had the time to just come and update that part. Okay. Authorities identified the 4 victims killed in Cherokee County. And what do they have over here on the What's Happening tab? Well, obviously, it's Asian Americans, because, just need to go ahead and stoke that race riot, right? You just need to make sure that there is quite a divide, and now that it's a white shooter, they can go all out and they can blame everything on whitey. And the White House is going ahead and taking every advantage to not only blame white men, they are going to blame orange man, because of course they are. Trump's damaging rhetoric contributed to bias against Asian Americans, White House says, after Atlanta shooting. You already know how they're going to take this one, but former President Donald Trump's repeated descriptions of the coronavirus accurately as the Chinese virus. Where did it come from? Huh? Exactly. You need fucking descriptors, okay? Going back in the past, okay, different coronavirus as well. Okay, H1N1. Okay, what was that one called? Oh, that was bird flu. Okay, there was another one that was that one before or after? I can't remember. Swine flu. Oh, okay. Are we just being speciesist? Are we, maybe that can be a dig on farmers, and that's maybe why the different colored farmers are getting fucking reparations. Stupid shit. Oh, okay. Or the last time that there was a pandemic with fewer lockdown restrictions. That was the Portuguese. No. The French. No. That was the Spanish flu, right? Yeah, exactly. Or the pandemic that's going on right now in the Middle East. That would be the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus, MERS. Weird, right? You have Ebola virus, West Nile, all of that stuff. Okay? I don't think there were any Spanish hate crimes back in the 1920s now, were there? No, probably not. But all of a sudden, because Orange Man bad, and Orange Man says things like, I call it the Chinese flu because it comes from China. All of a sudden, that's racist. And Kung Flu. No. You bring this up. He didn't say that. He answered a question about that because some asshole journalist in the front row pointed out, oh, we have unconfirmed sources that says one of your staffers, who we can't name because we don't really know, we're just trying to pin this on you, has said the words Kung Flu in reference to COVID-19. What is your response on that? Nobody said, he didn't say that. Trump didn't mention that. They couldn't even point to anybody who did call it that in the administration. Fucking Forbes. Helped foster an environment in which hate crimes against Asian Americans have increased. What, the 87% that didn't vote for him? Yeah, exactly. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said Wednesday, after a shooting in Atlanta left 8 victims dead, most of whom were Asian. And that's where the racism's going to end, because guess what we got here? We're going to read most of this article, and then I'm going to get into his self-described motives, because I think that they are, or motives rather, not modems. I'm pretty sure that he's not going to be getting any internet connection, but he's certainly going to be getting connected in a different type of a way in prison. He was having a bad day, police said. Sex addict Georgia Goodman, 21, killed 8 people, including 6 Asian women, at 3 massage parlors because he wanted to eliminate temptation. We'll get to this whole sex addict thing because this is just another fucking excuse for some misguided psychopath. Robert Eric Long, 21, was arrested on Tuesday night after a 3-hour manhunt in Georgia. He first opened fire at Young's Asian Massage in Ackworth, 30 miles northwest of Atlanta at 5 p.m. He killed 4 people there, then drove to Atlanta and opened fire at Gold's Massage Spa. Police were called to a report of an armed robbery at Gold Spa and found 3 Asian women dead. While they were there, the cops received reports of another shooting across the street at Aromatherapy Spa. Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe this is a big city thing, but I live in a city that's 60, maybe 75,000 by the time that the new census comes out. That's our population around here. I couldn't even name you 5 spas in the entire city, let alone that in such close proximity to one another. And most of the ones that are around here are kind of on the up and up and not Yankee cranky shops. So I don't even know. Like, he's saying that he's picking these places because he's eliminating temptation. So clearly that's what they're doing. I just don't know. Police found the final victim at Aromatherapy Spas across the street. Long was already on the run. At 8 p.m., 3 hours after the first shots were reported, Long was arrested on the road in Crisp County, 150 miles south of Atlanta. Once in custody, he confessed to the killings and said he had been at the 3 massage parlors before. Exactly, he knew what the fuck was going on there. Long is a Baptist who blamed his sex addiction on the parlors, and he wanted to remove temptation. He was on his way to Florida, where police says he planned to target more locations. He had blamed the 4 counts of murder. He's been charged with 4 counts of murder and aggravated assault in Cherokee County, where the first salon that was targeted. He has yet to be charged in Atlanta, but those charges are going to be coming, obviously. Okay, there's a lot to parse out from there, and we'll get through the rest of the news before we make any determinations of our own. So, what do we got? Massage parlors that we already covered. He's going to be crossing state lines in order to continue to shoot up different jerk joints. And he's a religious man. Interesting how this is all coming together. 4 of the 8 victims have now been named as Delania Ashley Yan, 33, Paul Andre Michaels, 54, Xiaoji Yan, 49, and Diao Fang, 44. Alicias R. Hernandez Ortiz was injured but survived. Friends of Yan said she and her husband were there for a couple's massage. He escaped, but she was killed. Not all the victims were staff. Yan's friends said she was a paying customer who was in the parlor to get a couple's treatment with her husband. A redundant statement, obviously. Initially, police said they were probing whether race was a factor in the attacks, but 6 of the 8 victims were Asian women. But on Wednesday morning, they said Long told them that was not why he carried out the attacks. There you go. Instead, he said he was addicted to sex and porn and wanted to remove the temptation of the parlors. Yeah, exactly. And there you go. That's why I wanted to get to, because all of the people that are trying to heap this as being a racially motivated attack are just heaping on their own worldview onto this fucking dork. Like, we got pictures of him. Obviously. So obviously, what are the excuses you could give this kid? Okay, obviously, he was having a very bad day. He's at the end of his rope. He's horribly addicted to porn and fucking beats his dick so much it just puffs of smoke come out. He's got calluses on his crank. Like, who gives a shit? And just a little bit more background about him. Long's family, including his youth minister father, are devastated by his actions and are cooperating with the investigation. A classmate who attended high school with Long earlier told the Daily Beast anonymously, he was very innocent seeming and wouldn't even cuss. He was the sort of nerd. He was sort of nerdy and didn't seem violent from what I remember. He was a hunter and his father was a youth minister or pastor. He was big into religion. And there's one of the victims right there, very Asian-y, obviously. But still, even though his motivations for doing this were nothing to do with race, and even the Daily Mail has it here, many believe the racist attacks were fueled by President Donald Trump referring to COVID as the China virus, as it was first seen in Wuhan, China. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who is in South Korea meeting with Foreign Minister Chung Yi-yong, mentioned the killings during an opening statement. We are horrified by this violence which has no place in America or anywhere. He said, and also had to inject race into this because 4 of the women were believed to be of Korean descent. The 2 other women that were shot and killed, looks like one might be a guy. Their lives don't matter though, but you're just using this to stoke your racist ideology, right? And then you got the little blue box off here to the side. Cops and Biden say race was not the motive. Yeah, there you go. Police on Wednesday said racism didn't seem to be Long's motive. They didn't entirely rule it out. It comes straight from the fucking horse's ass, you morons. Saying it was too early in the investigation to do that, but said he told them his motive was to get rid of the temptation of the parlors. Oh my God. What about that has anything to do with race? Nothing. Stop lying. But the killings came amid a spat of anti-Asian American attacks. Yes, in Harlem and Detroit. Democrats on Wednesday condemned the incidents in Atlanta and Ackworth and tied them to the racist attacks, obviously. Biden on Wednesday said, I know that Asian Americans are very, very concerned because, as you know, I was speaking about the brutality against Asian Americans for the last couple of months. Really? I didn't see anything, but what do I know? I just read dozens of articles a day, and I think it's very, very troubling. Oh, and the Senate's own racist. Georgia Democrat Senator Raphael Warnock, a minister, said this kind of violence is driven by hate, even if the suspect said it is not his motive. There you go. Just attributing your racist worldview onto this pile of shit. I have no sympathy for this mass murderer. And to just say that you did it because you have an addiction is fucking stupid. You see 400-pound motherfuckers knocking over a Krispy Kreme because they want to eliminate temptation? Do you see poor people running through banks en masse, waving a gun in the air because they're broke? This is what happens when people decide that they want to start heaping their problems onto everybody else's plate, and they just want to shuffle and shove their own responsibilities onto everybody else, okay? I was just having a bad day, and I just needed to eliminate temptation, so I just went and randomly killed 8 people. Why not, I don't know, trim that scraggly fucking beard? Why not go for a run? Why not lift something? Why not get a skill? Why not fill up your time more effectively? Do something that matters instead of sitting around fucking jerking off all the time. We all have things that we like. A weird segue, I know. And yes, you can take pretty much anything too far. I know people on all days, yes, of all days, so yeah. People who enjoy the drink a little bit too much, okay? And they're going to go make assholes out of themselves because, my 18th cousin, twice removed, married somebody who fucking came from Northern Ireland 300 years ago. Kiss me, I'm Irish. Well, they'll pick up some fat chick after slamming shots at tequila and say that you'll only do it once, but then every fucking weekend rolls around and that's all you do because, alcoholism. I'm just addicted to alcohol. There are programs out there. Take the responsibility on yourself. Make your life better. People have done that. People have been successful. This is just what happens, okay? And it's very easy. Honestly, it's very easy to just play the victim on this one. I understand. Okay. Yep, they're waiting for some white kid to fucking shoot up all of these crank shacks in order to heap it all on white people because the straight white man is the most prominent target for mainstream media, okay? Obviously, we can all see it with our eyes, but if you take that as just your sole reason for doing anything, if you're like, I'm having it's so tough for me to do anything. It's so tough for me to hold down a job. That's so oppressive religion. It's just so tough. All you do is just externalize everything. When you start taking responsibility for your own actions, when you start filling up your free time with shit that matters, then you wouldn't find yourself having enough time to edge for 4 or 5 hours a day before you fill up an old tube sock. You wouldn't be thinking about how big of a loser you are. You started playing the guitar. So no, I don't buy the fact that, I was a sex addict. I was just having a bad day. 8 people are dead because you couldn't make your own life better. Not a bag of shit. Whatever happens to him is too good of a sentence. I have no sympathy for people who do this stuff. Disgusting. It shouldn't be tolerated. And to just try to push your own agenda, White House, Forbes, Twitter, onto somebody else's motives, trying to hop on a tragedy, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. It's fucking disgusting. Now we got to go around the world because there's other atrocities that are happening as well, and literally all of this stuff can be remedied by identifying something terrible that you're doing, the thing that is most detrimental to your progress. Addressing it, fixing it, working on it, instead of blaming everything else on your lack of success. And with that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.